Hello, everyone. My name is Ahad Ali Siddiqui, and I welcome you to Affreej Alumni Stories series. This is where we highlight the incredible journey of our past learners and show how education can open doors, create opportunities, and transform lives. Affreej is all about empowering people through accessible, interactive, and flexible learning. In the series, we reconnect with our alumni to hear their real experiences, the challenges they faced, the skills they gained, and how their time with Affreej e-learning has shaped where they are right now, today, in the present moment. Today, we are very excited to talk to Ammar Bin Aamir Khan, who completed actually several courses at Affreej e-learning. He has got certification for CoderZ course, Introduction to Python, and CS for A levels from our platform. We'll learn about his journey, his growth, and his advice as well for the current and future students of Affreej e-learning. So this is Affreej e-learning alumni story series, real journeys, real growth, and real impact. And we would like to welcome Ammar now. Ammar, thank you so much for joining us and for giving your time for this podcast. And we were so glad to talk to you. So, Ammar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for being here with us. And Ammar, I would really like to first to know a little bit about you. Do introduce yourself. Tell everybody who's listening online as well and through the chats as well. Like a little bit about your background. What are you doing, and what have you done in the past? Would love to hear that.
Yes, like from from my side, in the past, I have been an avid learner of programming, and
Mm-hmm.
I really loved this. I've seen my father, as my father's also in the same field, and at a young age, I love problem solving these questions. But
Okay.
sometimes I didn't know why was I doing it. When I was almost at 13 years old, I made a Unity game following a
Mm-hmm.
tutorial. But I didn't know C sharp. I was just following a tutorial and making the game. So I've always encountered many problems, but I didn't know how to fix it. So
Mm-hmm.
from 2020, I wanted to learn why was I doing what I what was programming and how it was working. So then
Okay.
I've stumbled upon a Affreej
Yeah.
with the help of my parents.
Okay, that's amazing. That is so amazing. So yes, sometimes likely so you have just the way you said it that sometimes there's a calling within us, but we don't actually know why we are doing what we are doing right now, and why are
Yes.
we so feeling so attached to it, and why are we it is attracting us so much that it truly is resonating with me as well. And a little more about. Ammar is that Ammar is also running a YouTube channel currently. Ammar, do tell me a little bit about. Well, you have told me about it, but
Yes.
I'm sure our audience would love to know that too. What are you doing on YouTube?
Yes, since 2020, like during COVID, me and my parents thought that let's make a YouTube channel in which we could educate or like give thoughtful information in small bite-sized videos. So
Mm-hmm.
we created InformativeYard. Our slogan is that we provide information in small short form videos so that you can learn anything you want. So right now we have we have been uploading Islamic and worldly information videos. For example, let's say that right now, if you are a Pakistani from abroad doing CIs and you come to Pakistan to apply for universities, so there's a whole form of equivalency. So what I have learned that on my journey there were no useful YouTube videos or guides on the internet. So I made my own guide to help future students. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is what we do. Like we just provide short form information uh, and some useful information so that everyone can depart knowing something useful.
That's great. That is great, and such an incredible initiative that you have taken. And also, your parents are helping you with that,
Yes.
and that is really amazing. Tell me a little bit about that game you told you. So you saw a tutorial. video, and you created a game out of it with using C sharp. Is that language? Okay, so tell us
Yes.
what happened there.
So I've stumbled upon Brackeys is a popular YouTube channel where he taught Unity, which is a game engine. So
Mhm,
like he made different tutorial videos. So I thought why not let's follow these tutorials and make a game of my own. So
mhm,
I created a simple game where a cube was moving. So when I
mhm,
was coding it, like he always used complex languages, which I never really knew. I just followed what was on screen. So after
mhm,
completing the game, there were many like holes in the game because obviously it's a tutorial, but I didn't know how to fix it. My father
mhm.
always kept saying that why is this happening? Because like there was a big glitch. So I didn't know C
Okay.
sharp. So that's where my journey started, like to learn programming and to learn what was and how was this happening.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And have you shared that game with people, with your friends, with your family? They have played it, like,
Yes, yes. I shared it with my friends, and also I shared it once to my IT teacher. They were
okay.
really impressed, but
Oh, that's great.
always thing came back to was what was and how was this happening. So like
Ah,
they asked like why was this error happening and how did you code it? But I was just blank
mm.
because I just copied text
Follow the tutorial.
from
Yeah.
the tutorial and just wrote it. So
I
I
guess
don't
that
know how was happening it.
Okay, I guess that where the calling actually take place. Like something is
Yes.
attracting you to do something, but once you try the footsteps of other people, you get to see all you can do is just walk their path, but you cannot
Yes.
navigate your own way through it. And I guess that's where
True.
a free learning came from with the help of your parents. So, was this the motivation a factor to join a free learning and learn coding and Python and everything? Tell us a little bit about it, like how, go back in time and the thing, how you stumble upon a free learning through your parents and how you got enrolled with your first course.
So during like the pandemic, I had so much free time because we were
Mhm.
just stuck in our homes. So
Yeah.
my father thought that why don't you do something useful?
Hmm.
So after that, we went online and found many different platforms. But with Affreej, it was something it was that there's an instructor and there's a few small capped classroom so that
Hmm.
each student can have a one-on-one with their instructor. So whatever,
Yeah.
so whenever we had any questions, we could ask the instructor, and from there, I got to love the Affreej platform in which like you could ask questions and also learn a lot from it.
Yeah, so that is one thing that a free always keep in mind and navigate through that to
Yes,
have to give like proper guidance and personal attention to each student by forming these small groups in within the class. Most of the e-learning platforms they give the online classes with a group. A big group
yes.
sometimes, and giving the kind of attention the newbies required for to understand the process and to have to gauge what they are learning gets a little difficult, especially if it's not a one-on-one session because you're physically not there. You are
Yes,
just
the instructor may not know like
yes.
what the specific student is struggling from. So like
Yes,
the
and
weak
what he was
points.
struggling from, or what is he trying to achieve, and that only happens, especially in the classroom setting as well. That only happens when you form a connection with the teacher, a
Yes.
learning connection, and they get to see where you are standing and where you want to be, and how they are going to take you there with their guidance and everything. And a free learning always step up in this place. So, as an experience on the platform. How would you describe your learning experience on a free? As we have talked about, there was one-on-one thing as well, but overall,
Mm.
three courses is quite a big time. And again, coming in for one course and then enrolling in other courses actually also is a testament that you liked the experience of learning there. So, how was it? How would you verbalize it?
It was a very it was an experience in which I learned a lot from it. So
Hmm.
like as we said about the one-to-one sessions and
Hmm.
it was a very collaborative effort. Like when you are in a small classroom, you can also make friends with the other students,
Yeah.
and through the collaborative learning, like when I question something, some other student also questioned it, and so we figured out things together. So it was a very
Mhm.
collaborative effort, and also thanks to the instructors where they motivated us. So what
Mhm.
happens, like when you are a kid, you don't know like what path to take, but with
Mhm.
a freeze, like they set you on a path, and
Mhm.
let you grow with it. So like they
Yeah.
set me on my programming journey, and through it I discovered things through their help. Like they sometimes give me resources, and I found some on my own. So like a freeze was a truly uh, great experience.
Perfect, perfect, and that sums it up very well. So yes, finding a dimension is one of the most important things at the kind of age when you joined free learning, and
Yes,
when you're trying to find your own path. It is very important, either coming from the
yes,
primary caregivers, your parents, your friends, or the teachers that you already had, or just because the world is a global village, and it has been like this for over 10 years now, over a decade now. And there are so many venues to find a dimension, have somebody to give you that kind of dimension, and then also the direction to navigate through it, give the
yes,
guidance. That is something really amazing, the way you summed it up. So that's great, and I'm so glad that you got to enroll, and we are having this conversation today. So which features of the platform really helped you the most? Like adaptive learning was the one, like interactive activities. But which feature that a free learning provides, which really helped you and really, made a mark on your heart?
For the features, I would say that I know like some points are repeating, but the instructors were very like monumental on my
Okay.
transformation. And a feature was something like, yes, like most other platforms, like some other platforms just give you videos, sometimes like guided
Okay.
videos, just follow this and do this. But with a Affreej, there were always a time and a place. Like you had an online meeting, and then
Okay.
from there on, the instructor lets you grow and learn with your own pace. Like
Ah,
like sometimes like with huge classrooms, the teacher just keeps going on and on. But when you're falling back behind, you can't ask for the teacher's help because the teacher's already in another part of the course, but you are
yeah.
somewhere behind. But with a Freech, what it was that, especially on a one-on-one session, when you were like part behind, the teacher could come up to your level and guide you through of where you were taking mistakes. So that was
Okay.
then a major part.
That's amazing, because half the time of a student who is in a way falling behind or just trying to gauge what is being taught and not able to gauge it, they keep on struggling with just to match the pace of the
Yes,
lectures, because everybody else is or not, if not everybody else, most of the people or some of the people in the classroom, they are just going with the flow, and you just don't know where you lost it. It's like I can resonate with the personal experience. It's like reading, when there's a loud reading in the classroom and you just
yes, yes,
lost the word. So where is it? Where are they? Okay, is it this paragraph? Is it that paragraph? And I can truly relate, and I hope think most of the listeners who are watching and listening to the podcast, they would definitely resonate with this, because once you lost the pace, it's very difficult to gauge it on your own, to come up with it on your own, and if you don't have the guidance of the teacher, and to come up to your level and to give you that thing is it gets difficult and it gets frustrating. So this flexibility which the free learning provided, the pace thing you have said, and learning on your own pace, what difference does it actually make in your learning curve? How impactful was it? Like you became more interested into your courses, or you were forming better learning connections with the teachers? What impact it created that in your life?
I think it helped me on learning better on my courses. Like the question when I asked at the beginning, where
Hmm.
I didn't know what I was programming on in the game, like or like how I was doing it. But with
Hmm.
your own self-paced learning, you will like get into like why and how you are doing this for example,
Hmm.
this specific concept, and you can then experiment on that concept even more. So like
Yeah.
if you can't do like if I have this block of code and I want to do another thing, then I can use functions, which is a pre-built block of code, and you
Mhm.
can run it again. So like you can experiment with it and you can learn it at your own pace, like learn what you think is best at that time.
Perfect. So it's like the big gap that we find between the theoretical learning and the practical learning. I
Yes,
guess that got filled through a free learning, the way of their teaching, the features they provide, and the empathy, I guess, towards the students they have to go back into their own pace. Or if they have
yes, yes.
lost the path, the guidance that is provided. I guess it takes a lot of empathy, in order to be a teaching platform. Empathy is one of the key things that goes in, and I am so glad that you have experienced that as well. And that is amazing. So because of all these positive changes and the foundation that a free learning set for you, and monumentally placed for you, definitely there must be some gains that you gain, skills or knowledge that you gain from the courses. So and especially doing 3 courses with a free learning,
Yes.
how, what kind of skills and knowledges did you gain, and how did that impacted you?
The main points were which like helped me today in my university level is that the logical thinking process of like breaking down a problem into small manageable pieces and to
Hmm.
like decode them or debug them and to solve like them so that you can solve the bigger piece.
Hmm.
So, and it also gave me a lot of self-confidence about myself that yes, I can solve these problems on my own, but with the help of others, it will boost my productivity and also boost how we all will think together. And like it will also break, de sorry, yes, and other skills I have taught and learned about Affreej was the debugging mindset, which I've just said about coding. And also
Yes.
through Affreej, they also helped me teach or like teach other young students.
Oh,
As in my university level, I was a teacher assistant, and I
oh,
helped
wow.
juniors learn their programming journey.
Okay, so the concept is you have already learned, you became a teacher's assistant,
Yes,
and you are helping the juniors, the freshers coming into the courses. And that is actually a big step up, not just in your academic life, but it's also going to be a part of your career.
yes.
Moving onwards in your career, that definitely is going to be a part of your resume. And I guess that's a very monumental place where a free learning, puts their students, give them such confidence to move forward and be able to teach other people as well. So that's a really good skill, and it is definitely going to help you in the future. So I'm so glad that you have got or got on this. Along with that, like teaching other people, also collaborative efforts. How collaborative you got because of a free, and especially how you resonated that learning in your university life. Just for the audience, I would like to tell you, Ammar currently is studying in IBA. Are these the final semesters that you are studying in? Is the sixth?
Yes, this is my third end of my third semester, so
End
my
of the
sixth
third
semester
semester,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, so that is amazing. So please do tell us, like the collaborative efforts, the learning, becoming a teacher's assistant, all this comes together. But how the collaboration skill helped you with all that you're doing at IB at the moment?
So at first, I thought that I could solve any problem on my own, but with
Hmm.
Afish, as I said, in a small classroom, you can also collaborate with your fellow students. So
Yeah,
right now, for example, like when you're doing a group project,
yeah.
you always think that you are doing all the work and the others are not doing it, but through collaboration, when you help others, the others will also understand the other group members, and they will then also better your understanding sometimes. Like for example, you tell them to do one task, they can do that task better than you sometimes because they
Yes,
can learn more about that task.
yes.
So through collaboration, I think with Afreej, it has taught me that you can't do everything on your own, but through collaboration, you can improve your skills, and you can also improve the skills of other
Definitely.
group members.
And it
That's
definitely goes that way because one of the major management key points, you have just mentioned that. So it is that you have to delegate a
yes.
task according to the skills of your team members. So maybe I could be a really good host, but maybe in my team there must be somebody who writes really good scripts. So I'll just
Yes.
communicate my idea and the way I want to go for it, my vision about it to that person, and that person can come up with a great script, which I may be able to do it, but in a longer run. So that collaborative effort definitely helps and also make you a good manager in the future when if you get the chance to manage teams. That would be really great because in IT, as we know, is now it's a proper
Yes. Yes.
corporate setting where there's a certain hierarchy and you have teams and everything. So that I'm so glad that is going to help you with that. So you have applied all these learnings to your study. Definitely is going to help you in your career, which is already starting and taking shift. I'm so glad that you are a teacher's
Hmm.
assistant. I have been one, and it is just amazing to become the bridge between the teacher and
Yes. Yes.
the students. It feels, you feel that there's a sense of belonging, you feel wanted, you feel needed, and definitely putting value into somebody else's life is really very amazing. So do tell me, can you share a specific moment when you realize the course made a positive impact for you, a really positive impact?
So I would say that during my last semester as a teacher assistant, when I was teaching these students, I always came back to Affreej, where when I learned those concepts through my instructor, I
Mm-hmm.
always uh, taught my students in that same way, that
Oh.
through collaborative effort, like when we were programming, as I was the TA of a intro to programming course, I was taught them C++ plus plus in a way that each of them could understand that concept, and they could also help their fellow students who were struggling to understand the concept and like make their understanding better. So
Oh,
through this, that it was like from that moment, I knew that a freeze was a milestone or a big part in my life.
wonderful, wonderful, and rightly so. And also that like a Frege will live through those students because it is living through you because they
Yes.
taught you something, you are passing it on. And if the students that you have passed it on to pass it on to other students, it's going to keep on going. That's how the teachers, the guides, the gurus, they keep on living. And they become immortal. So that actually fills the gap for that as well. But all positivity, all the things that you have shared were really, really nice. But definitely, life is not that simple, Amar, right? So
Yes.
we do get pushed by the neck, and we do get stuck by the wall, and sometimes hitting rock bottom. So I would like to know the challenges that you faced during your time, all these three courses during your journey, learning journey, and also like how Afrij helped you to overcome it, or how you overcome it yourself. Do you recall any kind of like a challenging, very extremely challenging time during your learning experience?
Yes, during my learning experience, like in the beginning, some concepts felt a little bit overwhelming, especially
Mhm.
when logic didn't immediately click.
Ah,
So that's where a feature stepped in to clear that logic and to like it created a supportive environment. And
okay,
through that, like step by step, teaching those challenges then became like of learning opportunities.
perfect.
So, for example, as a anecdote, there was a time like when I was programming in Python,
Hmm.
there was a simple for loop which I couldn't understand at the beginning. But the instructor taught me that a for loop is just an iterative step where it repeats things the how many times you want it to. So after that, uh, that logic uh, that logic clicked, and then I knew what I was doing.
Perfect, perfect. So walk me through the path. Like if you are not able to understand this thing or logic is not clicking, that was a
Hmm.
very, very nice way to put it. So the logic was not clicking at that particular moment. What would you do? What is the process? Do you go to your text or reach out to your instructor? Walk me through that process. Suppose you are given a task to make a calculator on Python, right? And the
Yes.
logic is not clicking. How would you go through the system so that the listeners, the viewers as well, get to know like how the teachers and the instructors of Affreej Learning help their students?
But my process was also what the instructor taught us at first was when you are stuck on a process, first you do debugging or like you do dry run on a piece of paper. You
Okay,
put your logic on a piece of paper and try to run it so that you could know what the main theory was behind it.
okay.
After doing that, when it still didn't work, then yes, you could phone up the teacher or like message them.
Mm-hmm.
So and like tell them that I'm struggling on this part, and they would like nudge you to the correct direction. They won't tell
Okay.
you the answers because
Ah,
if they tell you the answers, then what's the point of the
yes, definitely.
learning?
Yes,
So
exactly.
yes, so they nudged you on the right path, and from there
Yeah.
on, I learned the logic a lot better with
And
these
that's the
concepts.
way to go about life as well, I guess. It was recently the writing therapy that goes on. If you're facing a problem,
Hmm.
write it down. And it's a very, very important quote that goes around, like says that if you can write the problem down properly, half the problem is solved. If you
Yes,
can
yes.
just identify what is the problem properly and you can communicate or write it down, half of the job is done. And I guess that's a very good first step taught by the Afriji learning instructor teams and teachers to have that. How helpful, as you have said, the feedback, the resources were provided by the Afrij. Let's break it down into the time frame, right? I would like you to answer in a way that if these references, these resources, and these guidances were not available, and we all have different learning experiences from different school, colleges, and other e-learning platforms, and then the comparison with Freeze, what they bring to the table, how impactful it is, and how difficult or time consuming it would be without these guidance resources and the impact that they create.
I think in terms of time consuming, yes, especially for a kid where you don't know a lot about the internet surfing or like what are the major, I would say, truthful platforms where you
Yeah.
can learn, because sometimes there are platforms where they don't always give you the straight answer, or like they just confuse you more.
Hmm.
So through Affreej's resources, they always like guided you in the correct direction. And it also made me aware that on the internet there are some places where you can get more information than those where they just give you slop. So
Oh,
yes, in terms of that timeline, I would say that without Affreej's resources, I would still be stuck on some concepts which I wouldn't have like progressed more throughout my
yeah,
journey.
because like in the day of information overload, actually, I would like to say,
Yes,
like there's just too much of information coming in.
too much.
If you try to find a solution for one thing, you have thousands of solutions, and you still don't know which one is the right one in totality, and which one is right one for you, because your personal circumstances, where you're coming from, what you're trying to build, won't be answered through
Yes.
that information, that load of information. It's like finding like a needle in a haystack. And it
Yes,
gets
yes.
difficult if you don't have anybody to holding the torch on. And Afrij does that role for the students to hold the torch while they are finding their way to the needle. And that is amazing. So we know, Ammar, that currently you are in your the end of your third semester, and you're moving forward with the few semesters in IBA. You're studying there. You have done 3 courses with the Free Learning, and I would like to know a little bit about what you're currently doing. Are you creating something along with your academic path that you're taking? You're an assistant as well for the teachers. You're helping your fellow students who are just coming up, who are junior to you. But are you
Mm.
building some projects? Are you doing something? What are you currently doing in terms of studying, learning? Anything specific that you're really proud of?
Especially, I'm just part of the YouTube channel,
Okay.
like on my part. But
Mhm.
some other projects, like I've been initially very busy that I couldn't do some more. But
Mm-hmm.
recently, last year, I just completed an internship
Mm-hmm.
at Hubcom where I was an AI intern in which I had to
Wow.
build automated tasks,
Wow, and
scripts.
Hubcom is a big name. It's a big
Yes,
name in Pakistan, and even internationally, they have their clients all
yes,
around the world. So this is good. So studying right now in IBA, you're doing your bachelor's.
yes,
Getting these three courses from Affreej give you a see. When you talk about YouTube, all I can hear about is the confidence to project yourself, which many of us lack in the day of age, like how to, and also giving that path. So you gauge that confidence also providing your services as assistant professor in your university, which is again IBA. It's a big name. So
yes.
and then ComHub, as you have said. So tell us a little bit about that internship. How was it? What were you actually doing? If a layman like me about, so I'm a layman when it comes to computer. Consider me a layman. You are the specialist here. Tell me a little bit. What were you doing as an intern of AI at the organization?
So at the organization, we had a 2 month internship, and in there, what we were doing that like Hubcom, the internship was about learning more than doing a task. So they set me up. They taught me agentic AI.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have known. So like, sorry, let me say that agentic AI is a form of AI where you can give AI a specific task. So like
Okay.
ChatGPT is not an agentic AI, it's an all-purpose chatbot. But with
Yes.
agentic AI, you can make a movie finder. Like
Okay.
on a map, you could give them a specific like filters, and then
Yeah.
it would give you movies around you. They taught
Yeah.
me Agentica, and also they taught me there's a tool called UiPath in which you could automate office tasks, like simple office tasks, so that time could be saved and it could be more
Okay.
efficient for the users.
Okay.
And yes, those were the two things.
That's
And
amazing. And you learned all that. And I'm definitely, I'm sure that you're going to apply that in your career as well, and definitely going to help you in your resume as you move forward with your from your academic life to your practical career life. That is
mm,
amazing. And throughout the session, we have talked about how Afreej monumentally set a foundation for this incredible change, understanding of path, collaborative efforts, knowing the thing, debugging, all that, which which you have incorporated in your academic career, and now you are definitely going moving forward with that as well. So I would really like to know that do you have any advice for the newbies, the new learners who may watch this podcast, get inspired from your journey and what you have achieved in such a little time, and you are still going on with that, to join a free, they get motivated for it. What advice would you give them?
the advice I would give them that you can start anytime you want. There's no age to start. For example, programming. There are some kids even younger than me, like at 10 or 8 years old,
Yeah.
who are learning Python. And I would say that when you start, don't stop. I know that there will be difficult times where you don't know how to debug or like solve a basic problem. But after you solve them, you would think that this was just a trivial task. So I would say that keep trying and learn new skills. Like now in our day and age, it is rapidly evolving. So learn new skills so that you could be better equipped for the future.
Okay, 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 perfect. That is a really amazing advice as well. So yeah, if you are thinking about joining a free learning, you can definitely reach us on our social media, and you can definitely reach us through our website or social medias. You can search a free learning, and right now watching the podcast as well on the platform. So reach us out, and definitely, as Amar rightfully so said, that anytime is a good time to learn and to
Hmm,
learn a new thing. If you really want to do it, go for it. So that is amazing. I would definitely want to know, Amar, like, was there a aha moment in your IBA journey or your internship at the ComHub that you got to realize, oh my God, I learned that so long ago at a freeze, and oh ho, So maybe a professor was saying, "How do you know that?" Or maybe
Yes, yes.
a supervisor going like, "Come on, man, do you already know this? Like, do tell me that these are the real life experiences. Tell me what happened."
Yes, so on my first semester, there was an intro to programming course, and what uh, what was that? Like in Affreej, I learned about Python, but in
Mhm.
university level, they teach you about C++. plus plus.
Okay.
So, like from the first class, I was asking the instructor questions like, is this how we do it in Python? Or like, I answered, I questioned some stuff, and the instructor asked like, where did you learn all this? Like your
Hmm.
concepts are good.
Yeah.
So from that point of like from uh, like from that point on, I was like, yes, a free helped me a lot throughout
Hmm.
this journey and
That's
understanding this field.
And it truly, I have experienced something like that, and truly makes you feel so good that you know something which
Yes,
you're supposed to know right now. Maybe you're supposed to learn now, but you already know it. And I guess in the today's day and age, to correct me if I'm wrong, like things are moving fast so much. In the
yes, too
past
fast.
5 years, only 5 years, AI have transformed our life. I cannot imagine, most of us cannot imagine our lives without AI. It is writing for us, it is finding information for us. So yes, definitely there's a way to use it properly, and anything, any excess of anything can be bad. But yes, definitely it's becoming a monumental tool in our daily
Yes,
lives, like internet was becoming a monumental
yes, true.
tool back in the early 2000s, and then again the transformation of social media in the early 2010s. So that was really amazing, and now we are in this era where AI and all this happened, the internet, through internet to AI,
Mhm.
in just 25 years. So yes, we are
Yes,
moving fast.
incredible.
And so what would you think that making a better foundation early on in your life would be definitely good? Somebody who is looking into going into computer sciences, AI, data sciences, should definitely opt for these courses that you have taken. What would you recommend to them who already know their path?
Yes, so in this day and age, there are many platforms, but with Affreej, I think that at an early level, like at a young age, when you learn these courses, at least a foundation is made, that you know them at a root level.
Yeah,
So this would greatly help you in your computer science journey.
yeah.
And yes, I would say that starting early on is a better option
Perfect,
for
and definitely going to set the foundation. And also that when once you go to the university or college, wherever you're going to have that the certification, the proper degree,
Mhm.
academic journey, you won't be oblivious to what is going on. You definitely have the set of skills and knowledge through a free learning platform. That is amazing. To have a good foundation is definitely a plus when it goes about that. But also, Amar, one thing is just coming to my mind or top of my head is like there are temperaments, right? So I'm a media person. I can write scripts, I can do all this. So that's my calling. What are the temperaments of a person who possibly would be good in computer sciences, and be it data sciences, be it software, be it hardware? What are these key qualities? Like, I have been a talkative person all my life, so I guess, okay, talking is something that I would like to do, and one way of doing it is to go into media. So that's what I did. What are these attributes that somebody, or those who are listening to us, watching us, you can point them out, and maybe they will be able to identify, okay, this is what I got, I did, that's maybe that's my path, I should try it. So what are the attributes of a person who would do good in the computer sciences, the AI, the data sciences?
I would say that those people have to be very, like, they should be very consistent. They
Okay.
should be asking a lot of questions, because in our field, nothing is always concrete. Everything is changing so fast that you have
Yeah.
to ask questions so that you are
Yes.
up to the pace. And you should also be a problem solver.
Okay.
So you should always think about how could I solve this problem in my own way, because there are a
Okay.
lot of solutions, but the result is always the same. So you need to think it on in the most efficient way possible, and
Okay.
you have to so break. problems down into smaller ones. Because in our field, and I think in many other fields, when you think of a big picture problem, you can't always solve it directly. You have to take it
Yeah.
piece by piece, and like
Yes.
how would you approach this and how would you solve it in a way.
Okay. Yeah. So to sum it up, is like a curious mind, a
Yes,
problem-solving mind, and somebody who is not get afraid or stuck with the big picture of a problem. They have patience to break it down. They have the temperament to break it down and
yes,
find solutions. So if you are somebody who have found any solutions regarding any kind of technology, and if AI and computer sciences really makes you feel how is this happening, how am I getting this answer, and of how this page was designed. So all this, if you are having these things in your mind, if you have these particular attributes, I guess a free learnings courses, these are available and you can sign them up anytime. Ammar, particularly, I would like to repeat, opted for three courses: CoderZ Ammar, Introduction to Python, and CS for A levels, right? So these three
yes.
courses he opted for. You can also have look for other premium courses as well, and start your journey with Affreej e-learning. Now, as we are going forward, you have shared also that you recommend Affreej to other people. But apart from the learning experience, apart from the model, the structure, the features they provide to their students, let's talk into a human angle as well, because all conversation definitely points towards that Affreej is, if not the answer to all your questions, is definitely going to set a foundation and give you multiple things to move forward in your future.
Yes,
But on a human level, what you felt as a human is very, very important when you're trying to learn, because it's a very human thing to
yes.
learn. So, would you recommend a Frege on that level, and how you felt as a human growing and your mind expanding with all the learnings that you got through a Frege? Do answer that for us.
At a human level, I felt that I was being heard by
Ah,
the instructor. Like when you ask a question, sometimes when the instructor doesn't answer, you think that you asked a stupid question.
yes,
So through that, I think that it also gave me a lot of self-confidence, that in a way that that I would know that I could do this,
yeah,
and I can't, like, because you should always question that how could you do this, and how won't you do this. So like you can always ask this, and I think another way would be that you should always, at a human level, right now I can't think of anything else
okay. No, no,
in the
but that
moment.
what you have said is already a very monumental thing, because you
Mm.
see, to thrive in anywhere, you need a atmosphere of growth. Okay, the environment of growth. If you don't have an environment of growth, no matter how good the learning institute or even your home itself is,
Mm.
you definitely need a environment to grow to reach your full potential. And in order to do that, one must need to be feel heard, wanted, sense of belonging. All these are very human things. Afreej is providing that to its students, and I have been hosting for Afreej their podcasts, their events. I have been interacting with kids and definitely see a very positive change every time I meet them again. So a year ago, I got affiliated with Afreej, and in this 1 year, I realized that those kids back a year back, how they were behaving, how confident, and what kind of impact, confidence they are bringing to the table now. And it surely is a testament to what Afreej is doing on a very, very, very subconscious level, on a very human level for their students. And that is amazing. So now we are almost at the closing of our podcast, Ammar. Is there anything about your learning journey that would you like to share that would help the listeners in the future? The do's and the don'ts, something that you think, okay, I have done that. If somebody is listening to me, maybe I'll advise them not to do this, or definitely do this.
I would advise you like to start early at some points, because sometimes when the time comes, you
Yeah,
have to know some concepts. So I would say that you can start early on AI, especially in our day and age, where AI is like in our whole livelihood.
yeah,
And I would also say that don't always get hung up on simple concepts. Like if you don't know this, then try a new angle,
yeah,
or think of a new way you could do the other. problems, and then you can come back to your old problem. So always like keep moving forward. Don't get stuck on small tasks.
Yeah.
And yes, those are the only things I would say
That's
that
amazing.
they
That
should
is an
always learn.
amazing advice as well. And yes, if you just find a path and the guidance properly, you can just navigate through any difficulty that you're facing because anybody is capable of achieving all that they want. So, but coming to another important question. So, you have been an integral part of a free learning, okay? So, I would like to hear from your side any messages for the Afrish community, the teachers, the CEO, Ms. Farah, the administration, the communication team. What is your heartfelt message for them?
I would say that what you guys are doing with this platform is an inspiring thing, which may help many more thousands or hundreds of students in the future, and that you will become part of these students' life in a long-term basis. So thank you for teaching us, and your part was very important in my life and in many others.
Thank you so much, Amar. But I would like to mention that as well. What you are doing is also a monumentally a great thing for Afrige because you are an alumni of Afrige and achieving so much in a small span of your life, of your academic career is amazing. Becoming a teacher's assistant, doing a great internship regarding AI, and then helping other people learn what you have already learned through Afrige learning. That shows leadership. That shows that you are becoming somebody who will be able to manage people, give them a path, and that foundation is already set for you. I'm so proud of you, Amar, and I'm so
Mm,
happy that I got to meet you, had this conversation with you. Thank you so much for giving me your time and all these amazing answers. It was a pleasure to have hosted you. Thank you so much.
thank you very much.
That was Amar, everyone. And yes, with that, we are at the end of our Afrige alumni story series. And with that, that brings us to the end of the episode. A huge thank you to Amar yet again for sharing his journey, his growth, his stories, and telling us what he accomplished by completing the three courses that he took that coded the introduction to Python and then CAS for A levels on Afrige learning. So at Afrige, we definitely believe that learning never actually stops. As Amar said, there's no age for learning. You can definitely opt for any time, no matter how young you are, at your level of understanding and your mental growth. Afrige have definitely multiple courses to offer on that. And stories like this remind us why we do what we do at Afrige e-learning. So if you're listening, if you're definitely feeling inspired, remember your learning journey could be the next one we feature at our alumni story series. So don't forget to follow the podcast, share the episode with someone you might who might need a boost, who might need this motivation and encouragement, and stay tuned for more stories from the learners just like you, Amar, and others as well. So till next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep believing that you can achieve whatever you want with a free learning. This is your host Ahad Ali Siddiqui signing out from a free alumni stories. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Fi Aman Allah.